How do a couple lumber businessmen from Wisconsin and an engineer from Chicago form a power company based in Minneapolis, yet end up serving customers on the prairie of western North Dakota and eastern Montana? It's a long story, 100 years in the making. It's how MDU Resources Group got its start, a story that continues to be written. Based in Bismarck, North Dakota, MDU Resources has maintained its roots as a utility business. Today, the utility operations serve about 1.2 million natural gas and electric customers across 8 states. Today, the corporation's pipeline business has approximately 3,800 miles of regulated natural gas transmission lines and is home to the largest underground natural gas storage field in North America. Today, its construction services business has its hands in the utility, manufacturing, industrial, hospitality, transportation, and data infrastructure sectors across more than 40 states. And to think, it all started 100 years ago, on March 14, 1924, with service to a handful of farming communities on the Montana and North Dakota border. Roland M. Heskett started his career as an engineer for a street trolley company and spent a decade traveling, designing, and building these streetcar systems. While on his travels, he met a couple lumber businessmen from Wausau, Wisconsin, and it was with their financial help that Roland purchased 2 small electric utilities in Minnesota. It didn't take long for him to expand. Minnesota Northern Power Company was incorporated on March 14, 1924. Roland purchased more properties, including utility stations in eastern Montana near Glendive, and in 1926, he entered the natural gas business. In 6 short years, from 1924 to 1930, the company grew from a handful of small electric and gas properties into a family of utility companies serving over 110 communities. As time progressed and those small towns grew, so did the company. The founders saw the potential and in 1935 merged everything into a single corporation called Montana Dakota Utilities Company. The growth potential was not only in providing utility service, but also in oil exploration and coal mining, which were added to the company's portfolio during the mid-1930s to the mid-1940s. It also included a major step in becoming a publicly traded company. Under the ticker symbol MDU, the company was listed on the New York Stock Exchange in 1948. While company leaders had shown a thriving business on the Northern Plains could be run from an office in Minneapolis, it didn't make sense to be so far removed from its customer base. Trucks were loaded and made the nearly 450-mile trek to the company's new home, downtown Bismarck. The new office opened in November 1968. Once everyone was settled, the company growth hit overdrive. While the company's roots were utility-based, it used its expertise from mining coal to create a business in mining aggregates. The transition from coal to rock was seamless and successful. It also started MDU's biggest growth spurt and led to a name change. In 1985, the corporate umbrella of MDU Resources Group was formed. A large umbrella was indeed needed. Over a 10-year period, starting in 1992, the aggregates mining business, Knife River Corporation, acquired 84 companies. The success of Knife River over the years put it into a position to spin off from MDU Resources and become its own publicly traded company on May 31st, 2023. Another branch of the company also used strategic acquisitions to grow into a successful business. MDU Construction Services Group was formed out of the utility company in 1997 to provide electrical and mechanical construction services, and over a 26-year span acquired 27 companies and grew to more than 9,000 employees. It, too, thrived under the corporate umbrella and is expected to spin off and become its own publicly traded company by the end of 2024. The utility business also used acquisitions to expand and grow, bringing Great Plains Natural Gas Company into the fold in 2000, Cascade Natural Gas Corporation in 2007, and Intermountain Gas Company in 2008. The utility now serves more than 1.2 million customers across 8 states and owns more than 648 megawatts of electric generation from a portfolio of coal, natural gas, and renewable sources. And WBI Energy, the pipeline company that got its start within the utility, has completed successful natural gas pipeline expansions, with more underway, and has the capacity to transport more than 2.6 billion cubic feet of natural gas each day. On an annual basis, that's enough to heat nearly 10 million homes. At its peak, MDU Resources was doing business across the United States, with annual revenues of nearly $7 billion and earnings of more than $367 million, while employing more than 17,000 people. Anchored in the center of growth and expansion are the simple values that Roland Heskett embodied when he founded the company. When communities thrive, we thrive. Since the beginning, company employees have not only focused on providing extraordinary service, but they immerse themselves in their communities. They're volunteer firefighters, school board members, volunteers at the local pet shelter or other nonprofit organizations, mayors, and city council members. They lead efforts to help those in need and spend Saturdays coaching youth sports. The company does its part to be a good corporate citizen too. A foundation that started in 1983 has donated nearly $45 million within communities the company serves, and it has provided more than $1 million in scholarships to spouses and children of employees, and has donated more than $600,000 to nonprofits to match employee volunteer hours. MDU Resources is a company committed to its communities and its employees, who are, in turn, committed to serving their communities and neighbors. While a century seems like a long time, MDU Resources is ready to write more chapters of its evolving story. With the spin-off of Knife River and pending spin-off of MDU Construction Services Group, the story has come full circle, back to the roots of a utility company. The goal remains simple: continue to grow a company that focuses on providing safe, reliable, and low-cost electric and natural gas service to its customers while supporting the communities it serves.